I stand before you blunted, bludgeoned, weakened. I have been programmed by the society, by the peer pressure, by the lust and needs implanted in me. I grew up in Dallas, Texas, drinking sodium fluoridated water. All the scientific studies show my IQ has been reduced by at least 20 points. But the shadow of who I would have been calls out from the grave. The shadow of who you would have been calls out from the soul that is humanity.
Fluoride in the water is an excitotoxin. It excites brain cells, destroys them, and it suppresses thought. The first known time that fluoride was put into water supplies was in the Nazi concentration camps to keep the people docile. Genetically modified food is designed to genetically modify us. Vaccines, 25 vaccinations before the age of 2, with a growing, still developing immune system. All the stuff they give us, electromagnetic soup, the rabbit hole is seriously deep. And this is so appropriate. This was said by a pastor after the Second World War, talking about Nazi Germany. He said, first they came for the Jews and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for the communists and I did not speak out because I was not a communist. Then they came for the trade unionists and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for me, and by then there was no one left to speak out for me.
The New World Order wants to create a world currency, a world government, a world army, a world religion. And it's not of Christ, of Buddha, it's not of the Muslim faith, it is a satanic order.
And what they're doing is picking off different sections of society, and the other sections are saying, well, it doesn't affect me, not my problem. And eventually, enough sections are picked off for those that were looking the other way to be picked off also. That's how it is. Divide and rule. Not my problem. Well, it is our problem. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Martin Luther King. Absolutely it is. And what we need to do is stop making excuses.
Your families are being broken up. Your children are being trained to commit suicide. Our world is in crises. Everything is parasitic. Every fulcrum, every benchmark, every root of wholesomeness is under assault because our enemy vengefully seeks to destroy all that is pure, all that is beautiful, and all that is strong. But from the grave that is humanity, I call out and I say to the elite, what a great mischief you have wrought. What a great dark wickedness you have created. What a blight you are on a beautiful species that had so much promise. I look into the eyes of the elite, windows into their souls, and I see weak, decadent people who revel in the raw exercise of power.
Stop making excuses. Oh, I don't know, world's coming to. Well, do something about it then, mate. All right?
They enjoy murdering the innocent child. They revel in killing the widow. They revel in dumbing down the tiny green shoots that are children that would grow into mighty oak trees. Everything they are is anathema. Everything they are is counterbalanced against the spirit of the universe. Everything they are is a fraud against life and a crime against life that every fiber of my soul cries out against. It is a great pain to me to see their work. It savages the core of my soul to witness the innocents degraded, pulled down, bludgeoned, destroyed, burned, decimated, annihilated, kindled to flames that only sparkle in the eye of the psychopath. We are at the crossroads. We are entering a dangerous time in the development of our species. The least you can do is investigate.
Their agenda is control. Control of our currency, control of our families, of our freedoms, of our religions. They want it all. There's nothing that you have, or ever had, or ever hope to have that they're not planning to take away. They want it all.
You know, the power is with us. Take it on a basic level. What we need is a mass non-cooperation, non-violent process of non-cooperation with that which wishes to enslave us. When someone gets fined for putting a wheelie bin out, if thousands and thousands of people put the wheelie bin out the wrong day every week until the laws change, finish. Injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere, potentially, because next time it's going to be us. And it's a house of cards, this. It's held together. The power that is used to enslave us is the power we give to the enslavers every day. They don't have power. They have our power. We give it to them. It's time to take it back. And by that, it means unity. So we might have a different religion or no religion. So we might be a Jew or a Muslim or a Christian, or might be black or white or sky blue, bloody pink. This is not a big brother global agenda to enslave Jewish people or to enslave Islamic people or to enslave white people middle class. It's a global agenda to enslave all of us. It's a global agenda to enslave all of us. And if we don't unite and we go on being divided and ruled, then they will enslave all of us. If we unite, get rid of the nonsense fault lines of manufactured division, and then through unity of response and non-cooperation with our own enslavement, they will not be able to do this. The key is to free our minds. We see the world like this. We need to see oh God, look at it. Free our minds. Einstein said, you cannot solve problems with the same level of consciousness that created them. And that's what we do. We have a political consciousness which comes in under a Labour name or a Republican name, and then they're replaced by the same political consciousness called Conservatives or Democrats. And nothing changes because the same level of consciousness that created the problem has come in to carry on creating the problems. We've got to go to another level of consciousness beyond this nonsense, beyond this playpen. As Gandhi said, you must be the change you want to see in the world. We are the world. What else has created the world that we are looking at? We have, or we've allowed it to be created on in our name. There is no path to peace. Peace is the path. We've got to stop fighting each other before we divided and ruled into total enslavement. Martin Luther King said this: cowardice asked the question, is it safe? Expediency asked the question, is it politic? Vanity asked the question, is it popular? But conscience asked the question, is it right? And there comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe nor politic nor popular, but one must take it because it is right. And we are there now. Someone said to me, what would change the world quicker than anyone else? I would say this, anything else, it would change overnight if we did this, because everything would come from it. If we stopped making decisions about our actions based on what is right for us in the moment, and started doing what we knew to be right by conscience and justice, this world would transform. If we stopped making decisions about our actions based on what is right for us in the moment and started doing what we knew to be right by conscience and justice, this world would transform. This world has been created as we experience it by billions of people deciding every day, what do I do in the interests of me? This world has been created as we experience it by billions of people deciding every day, what do I do in the interests of me? Once we start saying, what do I do in the interests of justice, fairness, and my own conscience, actions change, the world changes. And we are in control of that. We are at a fork in the road now. Because Big Brother's on a motorbike now. This is not the totalitarian tiptoe anymore. This is the totalitarian sprint. And we have one last chance to open our eyes, open our minds, and start getting involved in doing something about this. There's going to come a time, and it ain't too long from now, when we're going to have to look our children in the face, in the eyes, and we're going to have to answer the question without blinking and without averting them. What were you doing, Daddy, Mummy, Granddad, Grandma, when the fascist state came in that now controls every facet of our lives, including our thoughts? What were you doing when it came in? Now, for what, all my ills and all the rest of it, I won't have to blink. How many other people will be trying to look the other way?
The minimum that is expected of you as a sentient being is to question your reality. The minimum is that you realize you are in a box and you are being controlled and you are being fed and you are having buttons in your mind pushed and controlled.
How many other people will be trying to look the other way?
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order.
How many other people will be trying to look the other way?
Where they knew that sodium fluoride and its derivatives caused bone fractures, cancer, destruction of the kidneys, hypothalamus, pituitary, but most importantly, brain tissue and IQ. And to put it in our water. And to hurt millions of people. To eat holes in every person's brain listening. To take everything you would have been and to destroy it! That's who you face from the cold depths of the night circle of hell! None of this even means anything, and I cover all their tyranny on the face of it. Total tyranny. What does it even matter anymore? What does it even mean? I have been robbed!
We have a chance now, still, not to be in that position. Because I'm 56. What have I got left? 10 years, 20 years, a bit longer maybe? The young people today, the kids today, the grandkids today, they're going to have to live their entire life in what these madmen want to introduce and are in the process of doing so fast. We owe it to them, if not to ourselves, not to leave them the design that these people have been working towards for so long. We need to get involved. And if we do, in a united way, the power they're using to enslave us will be gone. Thank you.
God help us. Why did it have to be like this? Why did we have to have... What kind of planet is this where psychopathic murdering killers run everything and have just lovingly, with care, craftily waited and built this grid and incrementally turned the heat up on us?